Welcome to the Sports Bros Podcast, featuring the almighty B-Live, the money man Scottie D, and your host, the head of creative Eddy Kool. The Sports Bros Podcast, by the fan, for the fan, talking sports just the way you like it. And without any further ado, let's give it up for the Sports Bros. Hey, y'all, guess what? For the second consecutive week in a row, we are back. Welcome to your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros Podcast. I go by the name of HOC, Eddy Kool here, and like I said, this is your favorite podcast, the Sports Bros Podcast. Fellas, it was an action-packed weekend up here in the city of Cleveland and the surrounding Cleveland area. Thursday night, we had a Hall of Fame game that got rained out. And then we got to see the new XFL-style kickoff rule. Let's see. Friday night was SmackDown. Let's see. I think Saturday was SummerSlam. And I think the Guardians had a game that same day. And then I think that night, Martin Lawrence was up here. And so, yeah, if you
You're so crazy.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to do on Saturday night, Cleveland is most definitely the place to be. All right, enough of my incoherent but yet entertaining rambling. I have two of the best co-hosts in the world.
Wasn't more place to be than Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday.
We'll get into that in a little bit. Introducing two of the best co-hosts in the world. Introducing first, the almighty B-Live, who's in Columbia this weekend.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? I feel like the two of y'all were more excited about me being in Columbia than I was. Because y'all keep going. I would have loved to talk about my experience in Columbia, just like Eddy Kool talked about his experience in Cleveland. But that's okay. I'll let y'all talk about it. Since Eddy Kool thinks that Cleveland, the world revolves around Cleveland, even though there's an entire world of sporting event that's going on right now as we speak. But that's cool. I mean,
Stop it.
There's France, there's something going on in Paris, but that's cool. If y'all don't want to talk about what's going on in Paris, that's okay. That's all right. I guess we'll talk about the Cleveland Guardians and the Hall of Fame game that we didn't get to see either of the starting quarterbacks. Yeah, let's talk about that and whatever the other guy wants to talk about. Sure, have at it.
B-Live,
you're so cute when you're grumpy. You're so adorable.
B-Live, there's one big takeaway from the weekend. Our boy Julius Peppers got into the Hall of Fame, all right?
He did get into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I am very happy about that.
Yes. That's a good takeaway from me, even though the game didn't last that long. And he is the other guy, the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. He is the one, the only, the money man, Scottie D.
Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. It was a great weekend for sports because our Liverpool Beatles won the big soccer matchup game thing on Saturday night down in Columbia. B-Live, I was excited. How can I watch the Olympics when I have that going on? That was too much fun. But honestly, I'm not as buzzed up this year about the Olympics. I don't know why. Maybe because the time zone's different, and because I've been in a cranky mood all last week, or sometimes you know who's already won because you go on the internet and there it is, breaking news, and you see already Plus, then I'll go on and I'll know if I'm watching a first heat or the gold medal round of a race. I don't know. I haven't been as into these Olympics as I usually am. I don't know why. Could be the time zone. Could be the fact that the Pirates were playing the Diamondbacks at home all weekend in a very big series for the Pirates, or it could be just I was too psyched up for the Liverpool Beatles game. I don't know. Too close to call.
Scottie D, I got a very simple answer as to why you were not as hyped for the Olympics this year. Because you are old. That's just I mean, it only takes a little bit of effort to see that France is 5, I think maybe, or 6 hours.
Yeah, they're 6 hours ahead of us.
6 hours ahead of us. So you got to plan accordingly. So that should let you know that probably between the hours of 6 a.m. to around 4 p.m., those are your key hours of watching the Olympics live. So therefore, if you have an 8 to 5, 9 to 5 job, and you don't have a way of looking at a television when you're working, then you might miss some things. But I mean, you could always watch some of the highlights afterwards. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, pay attention to some of the smaller nuances things that they have with technology, and they usually have up in the top right corner that it's live. If you don't see the words live,
Yeah, I
then
get
it's
all
not
that. I did get that.
live.
But I'm assuming it's not live whenever I put it on at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and they are 6 hours ahead. So I have assumed that I'm not watching live events, and that's kind of been part of it. It's just like, this already happened 6 hours ago. So whatever.
But
I can
but
assure you, sir, you have missed a lot if you're not excited about this year's Olympics, because let's get into it. I'm trying to tell you,
Noah
you missed a lot.
Lyles, Noah Lyles. With that,
Man.
yeah. With that being said, shout out to the Gold Zone. Yeah, shout out for Peacock for being like, you know what? We know the average attention span of the average viewer is minuscule, tiny, teensy weensy, and short. So therefore, we're gonna put 4 screens up. We're gonna go here, and after that, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go over there, and we're gonna go over there. Speaking of going places, y'all ready to talk some Olympics while we're here?
Oh yeah. And this nice little gallery view that we got here, you can see 3 screens of what's going on in the Sports Bros podcast. And you can focus on the one screen that brings you the heat, the noise, the energy. That be your boy, the Almighty Be Live. And then you got the dull, the old, the cranky, Scottie D.
Don't let me down.
Oh Lord, I hate that song.
Don't let
Oh,
me down. Let's hear it,
Eh,
Real. Don't let me down.
every time they play that song, I say it's too late. I done did it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
As the Almighty Be Live alluded to earlier, the Olympics, Paris, France, 2024. I think we're day 12 by the time this episode drops. It'll be day 12, and we got the remainder of the week left. I think we still have Olympic wrestling and a few more other events as well too. Don't they have surfing out there in the South Pacific or something like that?
They got did they say where they were at? I don't even remember. It's okay. I think I'll figure that out eventually. But yes, there's still, I mean, we still got a good portion of the Olympics to come, man. But let's go ahead and dive into what's already happened.
All right. With that being said, I'll go first. So let's talk about women's gymnastics, and let's talk about the woman that is Simone Biles. So as of the time of this recording, Simone Biles competed for the last time in the 2024 Paris Olympics, and she placed silver on the floor final. And Biles had won 3 gold medals to date in Paris, bringing her career totals to 7. Although Biles has not confirmed whether she will compete in the 2028 LA Games, she said, never say never. Gentlemen, what can be said about Simone Biles that hasn't already been said? I mean, the girl had a calf strain and still plays. Now, the team won gold. The team has collected the women's gymnastics, they won gold. But Simone Biles, like I said, fellas, what can be said about her that has not already been said?
I'm gonna go a different direction than what most people want to. This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, because this particular Olympics, I mean, I've seen bits and clips from previous competitions and everything. Simone Biles is otherworldly, next level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say something that's, like I said, unpopular. I think she's unpolished. I think her difficulty level on some of the things that she does gives her that competitive edge over everyone else. But because it's so difficult, it's very hard for even her to land as clean as her competitors. But when you do something so difficult, you don't necessarily have to land clean. And so that I paid a little bit more attention to, like, I was what was it? I think the pommel horse was one in particular where she like lunged back 5 feet on the landing and yet still scored above everybody else. And it was just like, no, not taking anything away from her, but that's sort of part of what gymnastics is about, is being polished, not necessarily just.
She gets extra credit for level of difficulty.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not as polished, though.
I understand what you're saying. I understand that. Yeah.
So I'm not, like I said, she is still, I think at the end of the day, if she didn't dial it up on her difficulty, she'd still, I mean, she would win because I think she has the ability to land a clean routine, but I think she constantly tries to push herself to the next level and does stuff that nobody else would even dare to try, let alone try it on the highest level. So, I mean, kudos to her and her career. She's headed toward LA 2028 games because it's in the US of A, and that would be one big hurrah. She's headed towards it. So I would love to see her finish it in 2028. But again, we shall see.
Yeah, that's a long way off. I don't know what I'm doing in September, let alone in 2028. So
say that. Yeah,
I'm going to LA.
I didn't see much of her performance, but I saw her standing there on the podium getting a gold medal. So America loves Simone Biles, and America, she loves you. Yeah.
Not all of America. Michaela Maroney. Ooh, did y'all see a little bit of spice between them two?
No, what happened, Be Live?
Oh, there was some shade being thrown. I guess Michaela Maroney was speaking, like she was just saying, like this year's Olympic gymnastics team wasn't as disciplined. They weren't as the work ethic wasn't there, and blah blah blah. And when they won the team event, Simone Biles was like, "Yep, us lazy, lack of work ethic."
Oh yeah, I heard. Oh, that's what that was about. I heard about that.
Michaela Moron, she's known for that. You remember her little smirk years ago? And she tried to ride that little. She no longer competes on that level anymore. But she also was a little bit outspoken about Simone Biles gets the treatment that she does because of the color of her skin, and it's been a little controversial with that. But I don't want to dive too deep into that. But yeah, there's been a little ongoing little controversy, and Simone Biles just keeps winning. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, we need to come together now over me. I will say that I am happy to see her after the issues that she had with the, what do they call it, the spinneroonies or whatever she had over in Japan a couple years ago.
The yips.
Yeah, the yips, the spinneroonies, and then she started this one with a calf injury, and she came through. So I'm happy for her to see her come through all that.
Eddy Kool, before we continue this episode,
what?
I need to ask this, Scottie D. Are these planned, or that just came off the top of your head?
What are you talking about?
No, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. That was a very clever reference. I will give you that, but I also you please tell me that just came off the top of your head.
What, she loves you? Yeah.
No,
the come together reference.
No, he knows what I'm talking about. Don't explain him. He knows what I'm talking about.
It was a Beatles.
Couple
Beatles lyrics come through. That's okay. I mean, it's our theme this week. Go ahead, Eddy Kool.
No, it is not our theme. It is not.
All right, you want me to just let it be? Okay, I'll let it be.
All right, let me go ahead and Amtrak this thing here before B-Live blows the gasket. But Scottie D, that was real slick though. You know, the girls having issues come together. I mean, that was cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was pretty crafty. All right.
Eddy Kool, we've been friends for
B-Live, you know I love you. You know I love you, bro. You know, I love you,
Right.
but I appreciate the art of improvising, and freestyling as well too.
This ain't improvising or freestyling. If he planned this, he been studying all week.
He didn't
This
plan.
ain't
He didn't plan that.
You said it. You think he didn't? That all right.
Yeah, we can work it out. We can work it out. Come on.
Now see that. Yeah, but to come together, I don't think he planned that one. I don't think he planned that one. Be live. What's going on? What else is going on in the Olympics, my brother? What else you got going on? What else is noteworthy to discuss?
Man, I'm gonna leave the more obvious ones because we can't. Everybody watches track and field. I mean, women's soccer has been a big thing for quite a long time. I want to talk about one of the less known, less talked about sports. There was everybody knows about the triathlon, swim, bike, run. That we know about that. This was the first time we've had a mixed relay type triathlon.
Oh.
Have y'all ever heard of that?
No. Tell us about it.
It's exactly what it entails. Mixed being male and female. You got 4-man teams from each country. The relay, of course. The triathlon part of it is still swim, bike, run, but it's a shorter course, and it goes around parts of Spain, and then they have to tag off for the next person to go. The reason why I bring it up is because the USA team was not expected at all. The French team was supposed to be the ones to run away with it, and during the very beginning of the had to swim, and then they got on the bikes. Well, there was a crash where the French it was during the second part of it. Men first, women second, men third, women fourth. So the first part of the relay, the French man fell off the bike, and then when he got back on the bike, the chain fell off the gear, so he had to get the chain back on the gear, and they lost precious time and basically put them out of the race altogether in their home country. And so that was part devastating. But the most beautiful thing that I saw was the end of the race, and it came down to a photo finish. Triathlons don't come down to a photo finish ever. Ever, because they're lengthy races, and they're usually cream rises to the crop, et cetera, et cetera. But the way it was designed, it was so tight knit, and it came down to a photo finish for second place for the silver medal. And the U.S., they started off the relay in 12th place after the first leg, and came all the way back to finish second and get the silver medal. And it was such an amazing thing to see. And really, this photo finish was for silver. The gold medal was only 1 second ahead of them. So there was a group of 3 ladies that were going at it, running it down to come down to first, second, and third being within 1 second of each other. It was a beautiful thing to see. Mixed relay triathlon. Check it out. It was something awesome to see.
I definitely have to check it out. Didn't the men's France men's fencing team, didn't they place gold? Or
I had to see that. You're going too far with that. Fencing is I
watched a couple. I watched a couple of those.
What they call it, foil or whatever. And like whenever you
poke them, you slap them. Like I be in there just slapping them with the little needle.
Yeah,
like foil.
Like you swatting flies back home or something like that. Get your ass out of the house.
I feel like with it being in France, I feel like somebody should have yelled, "On God!" See, I feel like that should have happened. Like I watched cartoons growing up with I felt like that should have happened. I was disappointed when it came to fencing. Yeah.
Yeah, Daffy Duck still used to slap up into his face and he did.
Yeah.
On God.
Good stuff. So we got some stuff going on with the men's basketball team. What happened 1 week, one game, Jason Tatum wasn't playing. The next game, Joel Embiid wasn't playing. And I think when it comes to that, it's all about matchups.
Man, they trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
The U.S. team, they're winning. And I mean, Kevin Durant is adding to his legacy. we ain't gonna see a controversy until the quarterfinals and maybe not even to the semifinals. They're just a different breed. Scottie D, what you got on them?
May I?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay,
I got a feeling we about to get one. We about to get one. Go ahead.
We have the best basketball players in the world. Now, I know that the rest of the world has caught up to us somewhat, and it's not the runaway train that it was like when the Dream Team and the Redeem Team were in there. Okay, the United States. We're going to win the gold medal here in this basketball. We're going to win this.
All right.
My question is, what's going on with 3-on-3? You mean the best we got is Jimmer? We're sending out Jimmer and Barry's grandson? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go to Rucker Park at any time during the summer, and there's a 45 or 50-year-old dude balling out there, and you could pluck him off and put him on the team and beat some of these clowns from Poland in 3-on-3 basketball. We're sending out Jimmer? I saw an article saying, what's wrong with the men's 3-on-3 team? I honestly, not to get myself into too much trouble, just kind of look at the photo. Look at the 5-on-5 men's team photo, and then look at Jimmer and his boys, and you know you're not winning gold with Jimmer and the boys. I mean, what? You mean to tell me we can't come up with 3 other dudes that aren't on the top 12 of the United States and throw a couple brothers from New York City's Rucker Park out there, or some NBA guy or D League guy? Nobody from the D League can go and win a 3-on-3 tournament. I mean, Bronny said Bronny. Bronny can win a 3-on-3.
And nobody from Ice Cube's Big 3 League, but go ahead, B-Line.
Yeah, where's Hot Sauce and them those characters? Surely we can do better than the Jimmer.
Have you watched 3-on-3 basketball?
I did. I watched it. I watched the United States play, and they lost to a couple big goofy dudes.
Do you see the different rules that are in place? It is not your grandma or grandpa's 3-on-3 where you got to clear the ball.
You have to shoot it and put it in.
And it within a time limit. I think the shot clock is 8 seconds
10 or something. 10. Whatever.
It's a very fast paced game. It's not full court. It's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm. I know, but surely we got some shooters and some tall guys that can play. I mean, Jimmer.
You want
Jimmer was in college 15 years ago. He's like an old dude now. We're sending Jimmer out there. I mean,
with a bad groin. You see that video of him getting his groin worked on?
He's got his thigh wrapped up. He's pulled a groin, and he's out there. And then Barry's kids out there shooting granny shots. That's who we send. What about Kyle Kuzma?
You asked a question and won't let anybody answer. You're gonna talk over it.
Go ahead, Bilal. Go ahead.
It's a completely different game, and it really, honest to God, it looks like we as the USA basketball did not take it seriously.
No,
Jimmer for that
obviously
wasn't it 21-6. How do we lose 21-6 to the Netherlands?
Yes, exactly.
What in the flying hell? Okay, yeah, it's clearly we didn't take it seriously, and we got embarrassed. Embarrassed that we better do better in 2028. That was a tragedy.
I tell you what, while Steph's over there, let him play. He can play that.
Playing
he can
in
shoot
the
it from
NBA,
anywhere. He can shoot a volleyball or tennis. He can shoot anything. He's the best shooter in the world. Give him less minutes in the big game because he's already the best in the world, and let him shoot you in the 3-on-3 game. That's all.
I'm going to say something that might be obvious. I have not confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure that no professionals can play in the 3 versus 3. They can play in the 5 versus 5, but I'm pretty sure. I think that was one of the reasons why they created the 3 versus 3, because this is the first time.
Okay, maybe you might be right. You might be right on that. I don't know, but.
So let me see here, but 2020 was official. They played in 2021. But yeah, it was again something that we didn't take seriously then. We didn't take seriously this year. We finished 7th.
No, we didn't even qualify in 2020, and then we got the doors blown off of us.
Right?
With, what, a 2-5 record this year, I think.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah.
So I'm looking at the women's side of things.
They got the bronze.
They took bronze, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they went 4-3 and they took bronze. Germany went 6-1. They placed gold. And Spain in women's, they went 4-3. Meanwhile, Latvia gold, Netherlands silver, Lithuania bronze.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I thought we would have at least put up a fight, but I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you be live 21-6. So all we can do is put up 6. Let me look at this roster real quick.
Oh boy, we already diving too deep into this.
So did you is it no pros, or is that
all right, so here we go. So you got Barry's kid, Kenyon Barry, Kareem Maddox, Dylan Travis, and Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, Dylan Travis.
Yeah.
Who is that? Who's that? Anybody remember him from college? I don't.
I don't. He went to Florida Southern College and Iowa Central Community College.
Oh,
that's all I got.
Oh my God.
That's all I got.
I mean, I think I get somebody from the Y to compete with him from here in Washington. I mean, we got some the YMCA. We got some ballers here in Washington. I think.
Scottie D, call somebody from Waynesburg. Waynesburg.
Yeah, but the Waynesburg guys, they can hang with those. Who was it? Latvia?
Latvia and everything. And so,
who's the coach? Do we have a coach, or do they just
three? You know what else happened in the Olympics? Because I'm still.
What else happened in the Olympics? Be live.
That we're taking all this time for 3-on-3 basketball, which sucked, man. How about women's rugby coming back with that 85-yard run with no time remaining? And with rugby, I had researched this. The game does not stop until play stops. So if at any point in time she would have gotten tackled, if she would have gotten tackled with no time remaining, that'd have been game over and the U.S. would have lost. But that was such a humongous win against Australia to win bronze. Scottie D, I gave you this one. I gave you the best story when it comes to the Olympics. Talk to us about Olympic golf, baby.
Didn't see it, but I was in church. I was in church. I know John Rahm coughed it up, and Rory was there. He coughed it up. Xander Schauffele coughed it up. These guys all coughed it up, and Scottie Scheffler fittingly got on fire on the back nine, and he came through and won. And that's, it's actually, if you think about it, some of the America's best athletes have really showed up and shown out, like Simone Biles, like Noah Lyles, like Scottie Scheffler, probably like LeBron and KD are going to do. So our big time athletes have really produced in this. But yeah, I didn't get to see much. It was Fleetwood and Matsuyama were the silver and bronze, I think, in that event. Again, it was just one of those events I missed. I was talking to somebody that was telling me what was going on, that Rahm had a 4-shot lead and gave it back quickly, a couple double bogeys or something to that effect, and ended up not on the podium. And again, live golf. You got to play a little bit more to be competitive in this kind of thing.
Just to throw something out there, I didn't get a chance to watch either. Saw a little teensy piece of the first round, and Xander Schauffele was hot during the first 3 rounds, and then the 4th round fell completely apart. Scottie Scheffler was 11 strokes behind Xander Schauffele going into the 4th round. And Xander Schauffele finished the 4th round +2, while Scottie Scheffler went -9.
Yeah,
for the 4th round, he went off, and so I think he ended up finishing 19 under. I didn't see any of it, but unlike Scottie D, I did a little bit of research. I'm just kidding. I could tell you saw it and read about it because you gave some more stats about it. But I figured you of all people would have appreciated that.
Yeah, and again, I would have loved to have seen, but the timing of the final round, I was in church and coming home from church, and I didn't get home in time to see it. So yeah, I mean, I have not gotten into a groove of watching these Olympics because of the different times. And
I mean, a few years ago when
not that much, just the final round. I didn't get to see much of that one either. But back in my restaurant days, this Olympics would have been perfect because I go in at 4:00 in the afternoon. I stay up late. I would have been watching this stuff all day before going to work. But not at this point in time. I just have not been catching it like I like to.
I'm gonna hit some quick burns for you because I for people that are listening out there, I know that my two bros are busy during the weekend. I was also busy during the weekend, but I took a little extra time. I'm gonna hit you with some quick hitters. What was my boy name? The Joker redeems himself over Alcaraz in tennis, and the Joker takes gold over Alcaraz. Women's soccer had a goal in the 106-minute extra time to continue their gold medal hopes. They have not lost a game since 1988, I believe. That's how long women's soccer has been undefeated at the Olympics. And then Noah Lyles, of course. Noah Lyles freaking burns it down and puts that torso over the finish line to win in 0.005 seconds. They actually announced that what my boy named from Jamaica, where he at?
They said he won the gold, and
they said he won it, but they were
even
like,
Lyles thought that he possibly did. If you saw his look on his face, he was kind of went up behind the guy. So I think he got me, and then looked up and saw it.
He had a foot. He put a foot out there, but it ain't a foot. It's got to be the torso. And Noah Lyles had that torso out there that beat the Jamaican. What was his name? It's right here, and I can't. There it is. Kashane Thompson. Kashane Thompson was a second place photo finish. Here's another big kicker about that. Oblique Seville ran it in 9.91 seconds.
Wow.
You know what that got him?
What?
Dead last. 9.91 is dead last. Everybody was sub 10 seconds. That's how ridiculously fast the competition is. And women's 100 was a little tainted because they didn't allow what the homegirl name from Jamaica, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. Yeah. They did not allow her to in the warm-up area because she was not able to get to the shuttle that was back in the Olympic Village that nobody wants to stay in. And so she actually pulled out of the race because they did not allow her to get to the warm-up area. And she had to walk around just to get to the gate, just to get back to the warm-up area. It's a hot mess. More to come with that.
Ooh, I saw the Fink guy, the swimmer. He set the world record in the swimming thing.
I think the 1500 was it?
Yeah, 15 freestyle.
1500 freestyle. There was one record that finally went down in swimming. But man, oh man, that's my Olympic highlights because nobody else did anything right. All right, cool.
Well, we did some stuff. Are we going into choices?
Let's go ahead and just do the thing.
Okay, all right. Looking at my watch, guess what time it is?
What time is it? What's happening? What's going on with you?
I'm glad you asked this time once again for our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. With that being said, hey, yo, Button, hit it. Choice of the voices coming at you right here on the Sports Bros Podcast.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Once again, thank you to the wonderful and
ever so lovely Miss Button
for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. You know how we do it. We give y'all a question. Y'all give us an answer. Sometimes your answers are pertinent to the topic. Sometimes you kind of go off the rails. But nevertheless, I'm here to hand trap this thing, okay? And with that being said, Scottie D, what's on tap for this week's choices of the voices?
My question of the week was asking, who are you most interested to see play at the next level this year? Talking about NFL rookies. What NFL rookie are you most excited to see play? Didn't get a lot of answers. I think most people were either watching the Olympics or quite possibly the Liverpool soccer game, as I was. But nonetheless, we did get a couple answers, Eddy Kool. What did we get here?
Oh boy, that is. It's the summertime, man. So it's kind of it's summertime. So I mean, things happen like that. All right, my man Corey Turner. He says Big Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a top 5 wide receiver in his rookie season. And what's going on with his jersey? They're not selling it yet, or something like that.
Yeah, there was a story about that where like they hadn't agreed to something or whatnot. I remember that conversation, and
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, because at first they couldn't use his likeness or something like that, and then it went from okay, now he signed the contract to now he can't sell his jersey. No, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We
Gotta go back to college to get your money for jersey licensing.
I guess so. Yeah, let me go and get that jersey. Oh boy, here we go. And the beauties of what was it? Be Live.
All right, the NFL Players Association tells NFL and Fanatics not to sell Marvin Harrison Jr. jerseys. Here, he signed his rookie contract.
Okay.
Reported that the deal gave the NFLPA the ability to sell his jersey. The NFLPA told him they're not permitted to sell his jersey. Unclear how Harris prevent the jersey sales. Fanatics sued Harrison Jr. for breach of contract.
Oh, so all in all, in a nutshell, it's just a big back and forth. That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like a mess. So
yes.
There are no Marvin Harrison Jr. jerseys available as far as Arizona Cardinal Marvin Harrison Jr. jerseys.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we need to go ahead and get that resolved real quick. We need to get that resolved real fast. All right, coming up next, we got Tom Wynn. He said, I'm so looking forward to the #1 pick, Caleb Williams, spending more time on his back than his cocky self thought possible. So he's looking for Caleb Williams to go belly up and flop. Real quick, man, I got this guy in another fantasy football league. I need a quarterback. He wants to make a package. He wants to add Keenan Allen. I don't want nothing to do with Keenan Allen. I'm sorry. I don't want nothing to do with Keenan. Anyways, man, like some people, come on, man. I was like, bro, go ahead and give me Jaden Waller. You're not going to miss him because you have like Marvin Harrison Jr. and he got like somebody else as a wide receiver. So he got like an embarrassment of riches. So you ain't gonna miss Jalen Waddle. Nope, he don't want to do it. And guess what? I don't want to do it. So nana, boo boo. All right. Got Jacob Cohn. He says Jaden Daniels. Does he end up like Lamar Jackson or RG3?
Interesting. That is a thing because I mean he did big things at that final season at LSU. RG3 was the next best thing coming in, and people said that he was even better than Cam Newton. And I'm like, y'all have lost your ever-loving mind. And they were like, hold on, man, RG3, he's always gonna tear the league up. And he come in and he told something up. Yeah. And I say that tongue in cheek because I honestly hated to see when he got hurt. And he's been quite the media head on the sidelines, everything. And ESPN needs to do better and let him shine a little bit more. I think they turned him down for being part of the Monday Night Football crew, whatever. And just RG3, I want you to shine, brother. I want you to shine. But that is the comparison when it comes to Jaden Daniels. High ceiling, high bottom, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
High ceiling, low basement, middle living room. Gotcha. All right. Martin Tracy said, my brother, Tyrone Tracy from the New York Giants. I'm picking him up in all my fantasy football drafts. Must be some dynasty stuff we don't know nothing about.
I'm pretty sure it's just somebody on the practice squad that'll never see it down. I'm gonna try to see if he even got drafted. But I've never heard of him before.
He probably got cut 30 minutes ago. I'm joking. But anyways, Matty Ice also says, I'm giving another answer. For rookie, I'm excited to see, and that's Patriots head coach Gerard Mayo. Never thought about that.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy, he said, okay. Yeah. So just, yeah. And then the dude want to try to trade me a Patriots running back. Bro, if it ain't Ramondre Stevenson, I don't want nothing to do with it. So shout out to Corey, Tom Wynn, Jacob, Matty Ice for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. Scottie D, who are you looking forward to seeing this season?
Cowboys offensive tackle Tyler Guyton as he helps lead the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl this year, because that's what's going to happen. The Cowboys are going to go to the Super Bowl.
You really believe that? With 3 players that are begging to get paid.
Hey, you can say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
See, now, there's a different word for what you are right now. Dreamer is a positive outlook on life. And Martin Luther King had a dream, and even his dream is still being different. You know what? I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
And the world will live as one. All right. I am kind of looking forward to seeing Xavier Worthy, this fast kid, this Olympian sprinter, playing with Patrick Mahomes, just to see how that pans out, because they are going to transition there as Travis Kelce's getting older and the Tyreek Hill speed is in Miami. So I'm interested in seeing how he gels with Mahomes. And for some reason, I'm intrigued by Bo Nix. I don't know why. I've seen him under
Denver?
Sean Payton. See if Sean Payton can develop another quarterback, see if he has the magic touch once again, the way he did with Drew Brees. Or maybe Drew Brees was just all that good and Sean Payton was along for the ride. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not expecting big things from Bo Nix, but I'm intrigued to see how that works out. So those are probably the 2 that I really am interested in seeing. Be Live, how about you?
Be
I'm
Live.
gonna say this.
Be Live. Should we oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, you're good, because I was going to allude to that anyway. I'm going to say this, though. I think Sean Payton's overrated.
Oh, Sean Payton overrated.
I'm not going to argue.
He's only got 1 Super Bowl, and that was like hand wrapped and put a bow on it after Katrina for the New Orleans Saints. And I mean, was that more Sean Payton, or was that Drew Brees? And then that defense that they had, Drew Brees is just Drew.
I agree.
Drew Brees. So
I agree. He's literally 2 slices of pizza away from being Mike McCarthy. Really, that's all. It's the same thing.
I'm just saying. I mean, I have a couple more. I mean, I'm a few more slices. I mean, New York deep. I mean, Chicago deep dish.
Right.
Mike McCarthy's got a little weight to him.
Well, both of those guys coached like for 30 years with a Hall of Fame quarterback and got 1 Super Bowl each.
1 Super Bowl, yeah. I'm just saying, you're not lying. But as Eddy Kool, me and him talked about it before we came on and everything. Our answer is the same, Eddy Kool.
Yeah.
We already talked about it. We're both diehard Carolina Panthers fans. He is a Gamecock fan. I am not at all whatsoever. But the dude's from Mullins, South Carolina, and he talks like he is from Mullins, South Carolina. And found out the other day that we were pronouncing his name wrong the whole time. It's Xavier Leggett. Not Xavier Leggett. It's Xavier Leggett. He said it. Now, I mean, take that with a grain of salt, because his country is all outdoors. So he might not be pronouncing his own name correctly, but we're just going to go off of what he said. Man, this is Xavier Leggett. I'm like, whoa. Sir. That's not how you pronounce your name.
There's an E missing.
That's not how you pronounce your name. Just like when Denzel Washington told everybody his name was Denzel, I said, no, it is not.
No.
That is not how you pronounce your name. It's Denzel. It is not Denzel. I don't care if you were Denzel Washington. It's Denzel. You don't tell us after all this time that we've been mispronouncing your name. So, but no, it's Xavier Leggett, and I've seen some film on him during their training camp. He might be that dude. And the Panthers moving up a spot to get him and everything. Make sure that we get that dynamic wide receiver. I'm looking forward to it. Eddy Kool, please continue.
Carolina don't do nothing dumb and trade him like you did DJ Moore. That's my only concern, because David Tepper has a bad habit of doing dumb things. I'm excited to see Xavier Leggett. He's going to have the interviews. We're going to be talking post-game football, from Mullins, South Carolina, home to Auctioneers. Great day in the morning with a chicken ball game. You know what I'm saying? We play Pittsburgh. They're a pretty good team, but they ain't nothing like us. They not like us. They not like us, so we're going to do what we do, baby. So, yeah, here it is. I'm looking forward to the post-game interviews. I'm looking forward to him on the field. He's been compared to AJ Brown, and
Okay.
that's a
I
pretty
can
good
see that.
comparison. That's a
I can
pretty
see
good
that.
comparison. So yeah, I mean the kids. I mean he suffered a leg injury, and the MRI turns out negative. He didn't tear anything, didn't break anything, so he'll be good to go. Just put an ice pack and or a pack of pork and beans on his feet. I mean, sorry, a pack of peas on his feet, and he'll be fine. He'll be good to go. Can't wait. And where's Bart Scott? Can't wait to see what Xavier Leggett is going to do. With that being said, Scottie D, what's on tap for next week? Whoa.
One other rookie I'm looking
Another
forward to
rookie.
watching, Bronny James. Okay, so next week we're going to
Oh,
ask,
I almost cussed. Go ahead.
who do you think is going to lead the NFL in rushing this year? Who are you predicting to be the NFL rushing leader for 2024? And that will give us something to discuss next week, Eddy Kool.
Run the ball. Run the doggone ball. Yep, we'll be right back to give us some right back next week to give some running back some love. Be live. With that being said, go ahead and grab that grinder. You know what time it is. It's time for a round of pepper. Coming at you right here on the Sports Bros Podcast.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
All right, you heard the woman. It's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But before we go, we got a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style, kind of, sort of, not really. Here to engage, enlighten, educate, and entertain. The 4 E's in no particular order. With that being said, I'll go first. Keeping up with the theme and spirit of the Olympics, on this day in history, back in 1992, the U.S. track team sweeps the medals in the long jump at the Barcelona Olympics as Carl Lewis wins gold with a jump of 28 feet and 5.5 inches. And then Mike Powell, he places silver, and Joel Green, not the mean one, yes, places bronze. So now USA USA track team athletics. That's what we do. That's what we do. Over to you, Scottie D.
All right, by the time that you are listening to this, the Chicago White Sox may have lost their 21st straight game. That's right. Going into Monday, they lost 20 in a row. That is the longest losing streak since the 1988 Baltimore Orioles opened the season at 0-21. Ugh. The record for the National League is 23 straight losses by the 1961 Phillies. So that record's in sight. It's right there. Go for it, Chicago. Here's how bad these guys are. They are 60 games below 500. They are 27-87. Their last win was on July 10th. July 10th. That seems like, Biden was still president back then. They are on pace to go 38-124, and they have been outscored 131-48. This is like the worst. This is like history. I'm like getting excited because this is like a historic baseball season. Go White Sox. I am rooting for you to keep losing. Be live. Over to you.
God, oh.
I don't even know what to tell you at this point. Like, see what had happened was. Just, man, I don't know. White Sox fans.
The bottom fell out.
Right?
That's what happened. The bottom fell out.
Well, in the spirit of the Olympics, my first pepper point is going to go to the swimming pool, or lack thereof. There's been some complaints, and then there's been some studies and some things where they're thinking that the pool that they built in France for the Olympic swimming events is slowing the swimmers down. Therefore, there hasn't been that many records being broken in the swimming pool. We grow accustomed to it year after year. Somebody's going to be faster than the next person, and Olympic world or world records will fall. And there's only been, I believe, 2, and that was right after the story came out. They're like, hold on, wait a minute, hold my beer. We can still set some records. But The reason why they're saying that the pool in France is not as suitable is because it's shallow depth. It's only, they say that a little bit over 2 meters deep, which is like 7-8 feet. We've got pools in Myrtle Beach that are just that deep.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine and they also say that all of the addition of the underwater cameras and everything they're adding to is adding to the turbulence that is slowing down the swimmers. It is what it is. It's an even race when everybody gets in the same water, so to speak. But yeah, maybe they should make the Olympic-sized pools a little bit deeper for events moving forward. Eddy Kool, the ball.
What do they say on Finding Nemo? Keep swimming. Just keep on swimming.
I heard him saying something about a slow pull the other night. I was like, what?
A slow pool.
That's what they said. It was like a slow pull. That's I heard him say that.
Yeah. So there's a whole story behind it. That's why I'm here using it as my pepper point. Yes, sir.
A slow pool. That's two things you would never think together. Second pepper point, fellas, it is training camp, as I mentioned a few episodes ago. And you know what that means? It's a whole lot of fighting going on. The Giants, who are featured on this season's Hard Knocks, they get into it with the Detroit Lions, and they're tussling at joint practice. And the Lions are like, we're better than y'all. Bam, 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 bam. And here comes Daniel Jones. Hey, I'm going to settle for my team. Daniel Jones, sit your ass down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Because if you get hurt, the Giants have the first pick next year. Guarantee that. And then we got the Steelers.
The first pick I'm sorry, my bad. They're going to have the first pick next year anyway.
Yeah. And then we got the Steelers. They pushing and shoving. Mike Tomlin smiling. We got joint practices going on all over the league, fellas. And practices going on all over the league with training camp as well, too. These guys are ready to hit somebody other than themselves. It's getting chippy. So be careful. You'll never know. You know what don't make no sense? Real quick. If somebody got on a helmet, don't swing at them. Over to you, Scottie D.
All you need is love. Love is all you need. Well, sticking to the fight theme, Terrence Crawford was in action. Considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world right now. He moved up. He's undisputed champion, 140 and 147, moved up to 154 to fight Israel Madrimov this past weekend. And he won unanimous decision.
This was at SummerSlam?
No, boxer. Terrence Crawford.
I thought, wasn't he on WWE?
No.
Didn't he knock out some?
You're thinking of Booker T.
No, I thought Terrence Crawford, didn't he knock out Austin Theory?
No, that was Jelly Roll.
No, not at SummerSlam. Terrence Crawford knocked out somebody on WWE, or was it AEW? This is how
I don't know.
See how ridiculous this sounds whenever you start saying some dumb stuff like that. Ask them when SummerSlam is and is SummerSlam.
Oh man, come on, man. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, I can do this. I can do this too. By the way,
help me if you can. I'm feeling down. All right, so Terrence Crawford wins by a unanimous decision, no knockout. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dominating performance. Had it been, it could be setting up a dream match with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, I will tell you, is probably too big for Terrence Crawford, but Madrimov worked the body of Terrence Crawford and wore him down a little bit, and Crawford had to pull out the last 2 rounds just to ensure the victory. Next up for Canelo is Edgar Berlanga. Remember that guy?
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guy that come out slugging out of the gates, knocked everybody out in the first round for like his first 10 fights or whatever it was. Don't know that Berlanga is ready for Canelo, but I'm afraid Crawford is not, because he's starting to get up there in age. And I remember we saw a little of this with Roy Jones Jr. as his skills began to deteriorate in his late 30s, where he wasn't quite as dominant, went up on a weight class, and wasn't quite the same. So hopefully this is not the beginning of the end of Terrence Crawford, but nonetheless, he is a now champion at 154 pounds. Be Live, over to you.
Oh, yeah. And I just want to throw that out to you, fellas. Terrence Crawford actually was on WWE SmackDown, and he did knock out Austin Theory. It was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. That's
That actually was a thing, and that was leading up
So on
to his
Saturday
box.
night, that'd been quite the feat to knock out a WWE guy while fighting an actual
But
I
yes,
said
I did.
live boxer.
I was like,
I
damn, he pulled a Dion.
and but I did see Jelly Roll take out Austin Theory. Jelly
Yeah,
Roll was
one-handed choke slam. The jelly.
Jelly Roll out there looking like a pale viscera. That dude's I'm the Jelly. I did not know Jelly Roll was that big, bro.
Jelly's big.
Yeah.
He is a big boy. Them boots he was wearing, I was like, them things was out there. All right, my second pepper point. We're speaking of training and camp. Well, the United States Army made a marketing deal with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Scotty's favorite league, the UFL.
Hell,
They made
I need somebody.
$1 million marketing deal, and the Army says that the partnership failed to yield not one single recruit. They said they gained nothing from signing a deal with the UFL, and they're looking to recoup some of that money in the lines of $6 million. And what makes it even funnier is that they say that, according to their numbers, they actually lost people during the deal, like people that were signed up. Of course, it wasn't because of UFL, but people like, nah, we're good. We're not going to sign. It's hard to get people to sign up for the Army these days because, there's a whole nother story within itself. But also, The Rock was supposed to make 5 posts on his Instagram, and The Rock has 396 million followers, and he did not fulfill his personal business obligations. He only posted twice about the U.S. Army, and so they're trying to get their money back. Good luck to the UFL when the United States Army doesn't even side with you. Be all that you can be. Not with this Army. Eddy Kool. The ball.
You mean to tell me all these social media things that we have where you can create these posts and you can post them throughout the day, you can time his PR they need to be fired. Hire me at least. I'll get the job done.
Oh yeah, here's a review conducted by the Army projects that the partnership led to. A review conducted by the Army projects that the partnership led to a loss of 38 enlistments. How? Somebody please tell me that 38 people were enlisted and they said, oh, we're not going to enlist anymore because of this project.
Yeah, I'm not going to serve. I don't like The Rock. That doesn't make any sense.
At all.
Be live. Somebody lying somewhere. All right.
Sure.
Third and final pepper point. Let's give a hometown shout out to Melissa Jefferson, the former CCU Chanticleer track athlete, if you will. Per the story by Ben Morris in the Sun News, Melissa Jefferson won the bronze medal in the women's 100-meter race at the Paris Olympics after finishing third in the final event on Saturday, August 3rd. Jefferson, who finished with a 10.92 second time in the final run, booked her ticket to the final with the first place finish in the semifinal earlier that Saturday. The former Carvers Bay High School alum and homecoming queen also had a notable collegiate career at Coastal Carolina before leaving the program following the 2021-2022 season. Jefferson previously won an NCAA championship in the 60-meter dash in 2022. Melissa, way to put the South Carolina on the map. Way to put the home state on the map. Keep running. Keep running. You're going to get gold one of these days. Over to you, Scottie D.
Nice story. So this past weekend was NFL Hall of Fame induction weekend. And just want to bring a couple cool things to first of all, former Chicago Bear and former Four Horseman Steve Mongo McMichael, who is suffering from ALS and is bedridden and can't speak any longer, was inducted this year and had some of his former Bears teammates at his bedside, which I thought was a super cool thing to have him surrounded by his teammates. I think Mike Singletary and Gary Fensick were there. There's a handful of those old guys, and I thought that was really cool. And also, Randy Gradishar got inducted. Gradishar played for the Denver Broncos, part of that Orange Crush defense of the 70s. He made the Pro Bowl 7 times in 10 seasons and was selected as an All-Pro in 77 and 78, won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 1978. You just got to wonder what took so long to get this guy in there. If the Broncos win a Super Bowl, probably he was in there 20, 30 years ago. But nonetheless, I think he was 72 years old, I want to say. For the fact that he made it in there, congratulations to him. That's awesome. He goes in with Dwight Freeney, Andre Johnson, Devin Hester, Patrick Willis, Julius Peppers, a guy that you guys used to root for, I think.
Yes, sir.
And Mongo McMichael. So congratulations to all those guys. But I just I thought it was probably, when you sit and wait all that time, and I felt that pain for Drew Pearson as a Cowboy fan, waiting all those years to see him get inducted and to see Randy Gradishar finally get his just due. Awesome stuff. Be Live, it's going to be all right. All right.
Take us home. Tell us about Liverpool, sir.
Take us home.
You know what it is. My third and final pepper point. The fellas have been talking about it all shows. Scottie D's been singing about it. I got the pleasure of seeing Liverpool and Manchester United, 2 teams from the English Premier League. They flew over the pond to come play a little football, aka American soccer, over here in the States. Liverpool played, this is their third and final match. First one was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The second one was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And their third and final stop just so happened to be in Columbia, South Carolina. Anybody that knows me knows my disdain for Columbia, South Carolina. But all in all, I had a great time. A special shout out and thank you to Moshe Sampson, aka Sammy Smokes, an avid listener and partner to our podcast, for allowing me to accompany him and making arrangements. I get to meet a good portion of his family, spent time tailgating and hanging out at different pubs and spots in Columbia, enjoying the Anfield Rap, which is a Liverpool podcast that has millions of subscribers. And when I tell you that I didn't understand a word they said, because the Liverpool, aka Scouse dialect of the English language is very, you have to hear it for yourself. But Williams-Brice Stadium, otherly known as Willie B, the home of the South Carolina Game Chickens, the Coots.
Yeah, South Carolina Gamecocks.
Those people. You saw their emblem and all the garnet and black and whatever their colors are all over the city of Columbia. But you know what I saw? I saw quite a few clips and tiger paws. Even at the hotel I was staying at, they had the Gamecock flag and the Clemson flag hanging from the front of the hotel. I'm going to post that in. I'm going to post that in our group chat. I also saw quite a few Clemson tents that were posted up. Should have burnt them too. At the fairgrounds in Columbia. Saw Florida State and Virginia Tech too. It's a weird conglomerate of things going on. But here's my takeaways when it comes to Willie B. Those fans, like not fans, people, I'm talking about actual things that keep you cool. Those fans that they have in the lower concourse and outside the stadium are crucial. Oh, they felt so good. It was hot. It's hot in Columbia. And then we endured a monsoon that cooled it down a little bit, but it made it a little sticky and steamy later on once the winds died down. But those fans are crucial. I think those fans should be in every single stadium across the world. Those fans are incredible. Whew, because a brother would die in that heat in the summertime. And I will say this. the little thing y'all got going on with the Sandstorm. They have a special feature with Sandstorm and where you scan a QR code that they post on the big screen, and it actually allows the whatever technology that they use to access your cellular phone, and it's really just accessing your flashlight on your camera on your phone, and it literally syncs up the flashing at where you're actually seated in the stadium.
That's cool.
It was actually pretty cool. There ain't no damn way in hell I'm scanning the QR code in Columbia where they could put a virus in my phone and have me with some dumb shit about the Gamecocks. Hell no, wasn't gonna be me. But two other takeaways. Why is there only one big ass screen on one side of the stadium? We had to turn around because where we're seated at, we're seated in front of the big screen. So anytime we wanted to see a replay or a highlight, we had to literally turn around in our seats and look at the one screen that's in the stadium. Yes, y'all need to do better. And my last thing, they turned off all the traffic lights when you were leaving the stadium.
You don't need them anyway.
Because all the traffic's supposed to flow one way. But I think if you're going to turn off all the traffic lights, you might want to have people at the traffic lights to guide traffic, because it was literally a free-for-all. It took us 2 hours to leave the stadium because nobody was guiding anybody. They just blocked traffic.
All the cops are at the game, man. All the cops are at the game. This is big.
They're supposed to leave the game and then do their
partying,
job.
Scanning the QR code and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when I tell you, I've never encountered such a cluster beat in my life leaving that stadium.
You forgot the best part.
Liverpool won 3-0.
We won. Yes.
No, I didn't forget the best part.
That's what I was waiting on. I'm like, did they win? Did they lose?
We won.
What did they do?
Yeah, we won.
It was an international friendly, counted toward nothing towards anything. But it was fun to watch because Liverpool did win, and you never walk alone. It was beautiful. I had a great time. Thank you to the Sampson family. Thank you to the Gamecocks and Williams-Brice Stadium for hosting the event. And there's also a picture that's circulating the socials of me standing in front of the clubhouse with my Clemson towel, because all roads lead to Dabo. And all roads lead to Liverpool. Can't see where it is. This is
okay. That's what I mean.
You see.
We did the
and in closing,
do that thing,
some other things, because you can't see me anymore because my Zoom.
I don't know
camera.
why you say goodbye. I say hello.
Hello.
You can see it on my shoulder now.
I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello.
Be like, thank you.
You'll never walk
yes, sir.
alone. You'll never walk alone.
And then closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can do something nice for someone else, they're greatly appreciated now more than ever. Whatever you do in life, be a blessing and not a burden, because there's enough foolishness and chicanery going on in the world. But that being said, it's been another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. Thank you for subscribing and listening and watching. Share everything. Sports Perspectives Podcast, Sports Bros Podcast, the Connoisseurs Wrestling Podcast, the was it Be Live Nothing to Do Podcast?
Nothing to do. Wellness Check
Wednesday. Check us out. We got a whole lot going on. We staying busy over here. Y'all take care and Be Live. Take us home.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We love y'all. Bye. Take care. It's been another episode of the Sports
I love the Reds.
Podcast. Ritz.
Hey, it's Eddy Kool here from the Sports Bros Podcast. Thank you for listening, and as always, continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Just click the link in the description box and keep up with the Sports Bros Podcast. And once again, thanks for listening.